Hello! I did not have the microphone turned on. How is everyone? Hi, Zach the Brain Thesdius KF16 Cthulhu. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some Duna space program because why not? Duna. I said D for Duna. Duna space program. No, we're getting sound. I actually forgot to turn the sound on. Pardon the crunching because I'm eating a biscuit. So yeah, just let's get this party started. Let's do rings. Shall we do that? Or FS pile? Yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna do. I like that one. Let's do that. Hello, hello. Game with that name. Sure, let's overwrite it. Hey, Constant from Finland. How does it feel to be in Finland? I guess, you know, if you're far enough north, you've been having a lot of darkness. Oh, this is vessel orbital information display. Let's hide this. I'm Gene Kerman, flight director and your guide, blah, 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 blah. So yes, how is everyone? I've had a really interesting day. I got to play Kerbal Space Program on an Xbox One for the first time. And it actually works pretty well. Oh yeah, hi from Ohio. Yeah, Kasich beat Trump, and not that it's really gonna really change the outcome at this point, but hey, it's good. It's nice to have, you know, someone other than Trump getting wins in elections. Anyway, yeah, let's actually try to figure this out. What we want to do is gather scientific data and launch our first vessel. Oh god, no, let's not talk politics. We are not going to talk politics, right? We are not talking politics, regardless of how obviously terrible some of the people involved in politics are, right? That's it. No more politics talk. We are going to talk about Kerbal Space Program and things like that. No, so, fun thing about Duna Space Program is that Duna has basically no... oh, what the heck? They're engines. Duna basically has almost no atmosphere, so you have to be kind of creative as to how to land these things. I do have some extra parts here. So I think what I'm going to do is add a bunch of modular girder segments around the outside like this. And now actually what I probably should do is put these up a little. Like that. Yeah, that should work. Actually, you know, now I think about it, I probably need to move these down just a touch. Just... There we go. And we'll put some parachutes on here. Bingo! Okay, that should work. Why would that not work? I can think of a ton of reasons that won't work. But I'm going to presume that it will in fact work. And then we're going to put on some experiments. We're going to attach... I guess we could attach 4 of these on here. Why not? Okay. Well, let's see how good this thing works. Are we ready? Bloomington, Indiana. Hi. So yeah, if you don't know, in San Francisco right now, the Games Developer Conference is happening, right? That means a lot of game developers are coming into town and they're talking about how to make games and how to make games better and things like that. It's all very, very cool. And it's great because I'm a nerd and I like, you know, talking about games and science and things like that. I am going to do the crew report. I'm just going to collect all the science right away. EVA. Oh, I can apparently EVA from here. EVA report for while flying. Take, store, and get back inside board. Okay, now we're ready to fly. How high do you think this thing will go? You know what? I should probably put this engine on here first. This is strange. Well, this is Scatterer, actually. I thought Scatterer had got fixed, but apparently not. I don't care. I don't care if the sky is wrong. We're gonna fly. Okay, so crew report, right? Crew report. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta overwrite the existing one. Keep that data. And you know, I'm gonna go sideways. Why not? And while flying, Let's observe some mystery goo. Great, we got that. And we got our crew report. Okay, keep that data. I thought I'd taken the data from there, but apparently not. There's nothing much to miss, don't worry. So yeah, I spent like an hour with the guys from Flying Tiger and with Andy, and I got this, which is a little Kerbal plushie with proper bulging eyeballs, so it's actually totally physically accurate in every single way. Observe mystery goo, high altitude. Yes, upper atmosphere, keep that data, and I probably can't EVA. Should I try EVAing? I'm going to try EVA. Yeah, I can't EVA from this altitude. So we'll fall back to the surface, and then I shall hopefully... It tells me not to deploy these parachutes because they're too weak. Why are these red? They should deploy anyway, surely. Or maybe it's because they're going upwards. Maybe once I start falling back down, they will become more safe. Yes, I shall deploy one of these. Deploy chute. Apparently not deploying at deep enough pressure. Just deploy yourself, damn it. Okay, well, we're going to see what's happening. I have not had a real chance to go into GDC just yet, so I only have an Expo Pass, which basically only works for the, Wednesday through Friday, and apparently my kids have been messing around with my monitor, which is why I was sitting off to the wrong place. Anyway, yeah, the game plays on Xbox just fine. I'm amazed that they have managed to put so many, controls onto their control pad thing. Control type pad thing. It's obviously completely non-obvious to someone like me. But, yeah. I was able to fly a spacecraft more or less into orbit. We were able to fly a plane. I was able to land a plane. I made a point of landing the plane going uphill because... in the heat of the moment, nobody could figure out what button would actually mess with the brakes. Wow, gravity is really low here. This is going to take a long time. The Wii U version was mentioned. I don't know the timescale for the release of any of these, right? I can confirm the version I played is the full game. It is fully playable. It has all the features. It has all the bugs. It all maps onto a control, thingy. A thingy that does controls. And, yeah. Worth checking out. I don't put sugar in my porridge. What are you talking about? I don't eat porridge. Both both the Xbox and PlayStation versions are 64-bit, right? Let's be clear about that the 64-bit, Unity 5 that we're getting for Kerbal Space Program 1.1, in part was because of the work done by the Flying Tiger team to help port and make it work. So, I'm very grateful for that. I don't know if we can tell how much RAM the Xbox One takes, but I do know... How is it? The Xbox has like 8 CPU cores and 6 of them are available to games, whereas 2 of them are needed for Kinect and things like that. Uh-oh. This thing is gonna die, probably. Because it's not working. Okay, maybe if I point it sideways, it'll slow down more. That'll be better. That'll perhaps help with the aerodynamics. Oh dear. At some point, maybe I can EVA out. Oh, shoot, destroyed by aerodynamic forces. I'm hoping... Okay, let's watch these numbers here. If I go side on, I can... I'm slowing down ever so slowly here. Okay, oh, no, you're not gonna die just yet. I'm keeping control here. Look, slow down. I'm waiting for these things to change color. Come on, don't run out of altitude just yet. I'm gonna I can't EVA at the come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, maybe if I deploy one of them, deploy, shoot, destroyed by aero forces. Crap, deploy. Oh, EVA? No, he's not gonna EVA. Bingo. Yes. So this is a problem. Let's actually try flying something slightly differently. I'm gonna just try this. I think the way to do it, we'll just grab this, observe Mr. Goo. I'm just gonna fly sideways. Keep that. I think actually the main problem is I just need to spin the thing around and try to reduce its vertical speed. So let's do a crew report again. Keep data, and then launch it. So we'll go up. Oh yes, look, this would actually work as well. Let's just do that. There we go. Okay, that's the way to do this mission and not die. Enjoyable. How enjoyable, how enjoyable. Okay, so actually we need to do a crew report, and we'll overwrite that existing report. You saw the joke I made this morning, which actually I will admit that somebody else clued me into this joke, that if ExoMars hit Mars too quickly, it would become EndoMars. So I was concerned, given the history of Russian spacecraft trying to land on Mars, that ExoMars would become EndoMars. It's only landing at 6 point whatever meters per second. Hopefully, it shall. It's actually landing back in the launch pad. But that's how many parachutes we need. Crikey! Oh man. And on the ground. Let's observe that just in case. Oh, there. And I'm going to observe that too. Can I get out? EVA. Let's just do an EVA report and store that data. Yes. Take. Actually, no, we need to take and we need to store, and then we need to board, and we need to do the crew report again. We need to keep that EVA. Now actually get on the ground, right? Yeah, Juno's getting close. That's going to be really, really cool when that happens. Okay, so now... Why is it so dark, damn it? Okay. Moving up ever so slowly. F, and board. There we go. Now we can recover that. Yeah, I know. The Russia was amazing. Right, the Soviet vehicles were great at going to Venus, and America has done great at going to Mars. And when I say America, I say United States of America. That's a ton of science we got. No, 50 science. So apparently Duna space program is not working correctly, so I've just got a ton of science. Well. Let's just unlock it all. I think that's a bug, because Duna space program, as I understand it, is supposed to start you with... It's supposed to do the correct scatterer settings. It's supposed to do the correct science. It's supposed to just make everything work, and this is not working. That's a lot of science, and I don't think that is correct. I think there is a bug. This is supposed to be the latest version of Duna space program, but... No, apparently we are forced to live with it in whatever. Oh, I have Ghetto Blaster. Yes. Drop that Ghetto Blaster. Oh, let's get the barometer. Oh, no, we don't have enough. Okay, well, that's fine. Should we... Well, let's see what other missions we have. We have Orbit Duna. Yay! And Escape the Atmosphere. That should be pretty easy. Let's try both of those, and of course we should upgrade this to make it fully operational. That's fine. So we should be able to get into space super, super easy. A space elevator mod. Why would you want a space elevator mod? What? Wouldn't that kind of, wouldn't that just turn Kerbal Space Program into Kerbal Elevator Program? It's like, oh, how will I get to space today? Well, I guess I'll go into the elevator car and push the button, and then wait for 4 days. Okay, so we got to do this, and I guess you need a pair of like radial parachutes or something on this. Have I invented radial parachutes yet? Here we go, radial parachutes. Stick a couple of those on. That should be just fine. Should I put a heat shield on this thing? No, it's Duna. It doesn't get that hot, but it does need to decelerate. You know what? I should probably put an engine on this, actually. That would make sense. So we'll have an extra engine on here for landing. This one. Yeah, and that'll slow us to terminal descent or whatever. There is an Eve version of this mod, but that is clearly for people that are absolutely crazy. But actually, Eve Space Program isn't nearly as hard as doing like real scale solar system space program. Okay, so I'm going to use the T-45. That should easily get us into space, right? I'm going to add just a little more. And I better put some... Oh, you know what? Yeah, of course I need my payload. I need my science. I'm going to put science in this on here. Where's my science? We have goo canisters. Or not goo canisters. We have material exposure experiment thingy stuff. Whatchamacallem. And yeah, I mean the thing is, you can legitimately make like a single stage to orbit. I think that's what I'm actually going to do, is do this. So 2.5 kilometers per second. Let's see what that is. We have transmit. Oh, thermometer. Let's attach the thermometer here. That'll be a good thing to bring into space. Comms dish. And should I put some solar? I don't have solar panels actually. No solar panels here. Great. Let's just try this. Save and try to make this work properly this time. There. Launch. You could go to Kerbin using this mod. So the mod also lets you start from Lathe, from Eve, or Duna. Duna seems like the fun one because it's so easy to kill yourself right away. Okay, stability control, and start moving this over very quickly. I want to start getting into orbit as quickly as possible. Okay, surface info, orbit info. Yeah, picking up speed too rapidly. Oh, shoot, spinning myself around here. Apoaps is getting higher. That's fine. 40 kilometer apoaps. I just want to be kind of flat on the horizon now. 50, 60. Yeah, that should be high enough. Whoa! I don't think I really need fins because the atmosphere is so thin. I mean I need fins as in I need people from Finland that are cool to... Ooh, shiny. I think that is the shaders for Kerbin. I don't think that is the correct shader for Duna. More boosters? People, we don't need more boosters because we're in, it's, Duna. It's so easy to get into orbit here. We'll just let this thing spin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the scatterer settings. It's using the wrong planet settings. We're just making it unrealistically... I tell you what, it's Duna, the NBA 2K sweat simulator. If you remember those amazing realistic sweat simulation that EA puts together for its basketball games. Is it basketball? Yeah, it's basketball. And where is my time to Apple? Oh yeah, there we go. 56, 52. We're almost there. Okay, so let's slow ourselves down. And I need to kill my rotation. And hopefully I won't run out of electric charge before I do so. I mean, the thing is about building bases is it's very easy to put bases on the planets. Making them interesting is really fun. The problem is you just take so much. The frame rate gets terrible, right? Okay, so is that from space? Actually, I didn't check. Observe materials bay, and it says while in space near Duna. While in space near Duna, we're doing our research. Keep the data. Okay, and there, we're in orbit. Yay! Yeah. Our mission today is we are launching a successful space program from the planet of Duna. Even though the science is a little messed up. We should be able to get into space here and do some science. Hey, what do you see below you? You see observations about the Duna's lowlands. Great! That's fantastic. I'm glad you could tell us these things. Take the data, store the data. And I'm going to fly around for a little because I need to grab some science here. Oh, man, it's always so much fun here. Collect the data. Yes. And I should have brought along a transmitter, shouldn't I? I'm going to take that anyway. So is there anything that people think that I should make a point of seeing while all the game developers are in town? Obviously, I've seen Kerbal Space Program today, which is fantastic. And for those that haven't seen, we have little plushy Kerman flying through the sky. Yeah. I could come up with a song, but I don't know why. You've too many guns. Yeah, so Smudge the Cat, do you know about the there's a trick that can help about starting the game using the OpenGL mode. That might fix your problem. Or it might not. Okay. Actually, what we should do, now I think about it, is boost into an even higher orbit still. There, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to boost myself into a super high orbit. I could probably go to Ike, actually. Right? Yeah, we'll just do that. Zip myself up just to get high altitude science from Duna. 1,000 is high enough, right? Here we go. Floating up around. Look! Oh, look! You can actually see the base there. See that? Wow! Normally you're not this low down, so you don't really see it so easily. Yeah, CCAN it's not ideal, but it still helps managing these things. The thing is, I used to use CPAN for my Perl modules, so using CCAN with a command line is, not any different for me. Observe the mystery goo. What is today's mystery goo? And then crew report. The planet is very red and appears to have a deep brown furrows across the surface. There does appear to be some kind of ice at both poles. Look, the temperature. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. Let's grab this. Take data, store experiments, EVA report, keep that, board. Oh, wait, no, I need to EVA again. What do I think about the Xbox version of KSP? So Xbox version, I am pleased to report, appears to be fully functional. We did have some fun discussions about things, but okay, apparently I better grab. Okay, he is frozen in space. We have a bug here. We have a bug. He is just frozen. He's not grabbing and he's not boarding. And he's floating away ever so slowly. R isn't working. F. That isn't working. No! No! I haven't saved this. I haven't quick saved or loaded or anything, so I would have to reset this flight completely. Maybe I'll get a board button. I don't think board will work either. Come on! You know you want to. Maybe. Can I grab that? Okay, grab. Board! Board! Board doesn't work either! Lights! Lights are frozen as well. That's great. Oh, lights work now. Oh, there! Okay! Okay, so we got control back. Yes! Woo! Pausing the game fixed it. Who would have thought? No, I remember rescuing a pilot from this kind of situation. It was one of the hardest things I had to do. I had to fly him inside the cargo bay. And, you know, I would fly the flight. And then I would land. And then he would have disappeared. And I was like, it was very frustrating. Needless to say, this was very frustrating because he would just disappear, like, randomly. And I didn't see him fall out. So I would save, I would quick save and reload, basically, until I managed to get him to the ground. It was very unfortunate. But fun. It was definitely fun. Store, take, whatever, board. Did I get an EVA report while in space? I got my that. Okay. Yeah, I've found issues like that. Okay, let's do the EVA report again, just in case. Board. Oh yeah, I can board and dump the experiment. Okay, now definitely time to head homewards. So, I'm just gonna fire the engine, bring this down to what, 20 kilometers? Oh, yeah, that'll do. I had this big today. You had a big today? You had to go back to SC? What would that be? What would SC be? Santa Cruz? Because, you know, Santa Cruz is full of vampires, obviously. If you've never seen The Lost Boys. This is you know, Scatterer does make the game look very nice, but it's clearly not working with Duna Space Program correctly because it's not using the Duna shaders. All the same, I appreciate that it is pretty darn pretty. Super Carolina, that's right, it's way better than... it's way better than regular Carolina. Supreme Court. Yeah, well, this atmosphere shader is just all screwy because I'm messing with the game. Hey, is this about that ESA Mars mission? No. No, this is nothing like the ESA Mars mission. Although, as I've pointed out, I don't want to become Endo Mars. Yeah, they should definitely think about integrating Scatterer into the main game. But, you know, that'll be something the devs have to do. You know, one of the problems with integrating any of these things into the game is as soon as you do, a bunch of people will be like, hey, you guys ripped that off from the mod developers. Even if the mod was like, even if the idea was already mentioned in the, in like the what do you call it? In the to-do list, right? The product roadmap. Okay, so now we're falling through the atmosphere. I'm going to use aero brake. I'm going to use rocket braking here, actually. Ready? Let's just do that. Slow this thing way the heck down. I think I could probably land this whole thing. Not going to do that, obviously. Actually, where is the space center? No, it's unfortunately not marked on the map. I want to build a thing to fly around. The shit. Okay. Gosha is saying hi, Scott. I am kinda high, but not in that kind of way. Do if I know the satellite coverage for 1.2 is as detailed as Remote Tech. I cannot comment on the satellite coverage functionality in any future versions. In fact, I'm not even sure what I can talk about in Kerbal Space Program 1.1. I mean, obviously I was supposed to talk about, you know, Kerbal Space Program on Xbox. Very happy to see how it's proceeding. Be wary though, it's, you know, does suffer from performance issues. It's as if you're playing on a laptop, but I will point out that I've spent many hours playing Kerbal Space Program on the laptop and thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, people are like, could you save? I'm gonna save. Sure, I'll save and then see if I can land this whole thing. The problem, I suspect, is that going in reverse, I'm gonna need... if I try to land the whole ship, it's not gonna work. For the simple reason that I don't have enough delta V here, right? So I can tell you right now, I do not have enough delta V to land this whole thing. And I probably don't have enough power to remain stable during descent. How many hours have I clocked in Kerbal Space Program? So Steam says something like 3,000, but I will point out that I generally don't actually play the game through Steam. Can you map an Xbox controller to work the same? No, actually, they have added a lot of features to the console versions to make the game, to make the controls more manageable. Okay, we're gonna fire up these engines and slow things down here, because I need to actually slow down to something more manageable. There we go. And then there, I'm gonna fire that engine. So I just need that to make sure that my parachute velocity remains low enough. Won't the ship itself having a bigger drag than the tanks? Why do I need delta? Because there's almost no atmosphere on Mars, on Duna. Yeah, I think I've used Xbox controllers to fly Kerbal Space Program, but I still have a lot of stuff mapped to the keyboard. Like, there's a lot of extra context-sensitive menus, and there's the ability to control the mouse cursor. That's a really, you know, big thing. Okay, altitude, 2 kilometers, and I'm going to slow this thing down much more rapidly, and throttle back to like 75 meters per second. There we go. I'm gonna see how well I can bring this. Okay, I'm 1 kilometer up. I need to fall a little faster here. Those things exploding beneath me here. Yeah, 20 seconds to the surface, and I'm going at 30 meters, whatever. Going fast. Gotta slow down a bit more. Doing well, doing well. You know, I remember there was a time when I was not very good at this, but this is not that time. I've become pretty good at adjusting my velocity and getting this thing into land. And I'm gonna get down here just fine. In fact, I might come in... Yeah, I'm gonna come in just fine here. Hey! Nice, huh? That's a pretty good landing. Yes. Let's log the temperature while I'm here. Yeah, keep that data. And I should have done like a crew report. Crew report. I record the assessment of the situation. And EVA. Well, I thought I needed to have something just in case, and we're flying above the Midlands. Keep that data. And store that. And land here and do a... Oh, I can do an EVA report. Great. After much testing, you determine that red sand castles are indeed plausible. Yes, the Mythbusters were needed for that. And plant the flag. Jebediah Kerman. Black flag. It's not black flag like Henry Rollins. It's like straight up black too dark flag. Oh, here we go. Oh, the guy that was crashed. There was Sean. There was Landber, and I don't know what the name should be. X-Bone. I'm going to say X-Bone. That's what we're doing. Yay, look. It's dark on that side and it's even darker on this side. It's because we hung it exactly perpendicular to the sun, just so that nobody would ever be able to see that flag. Yeah, did you guys see the the rocket episode where they actually, it was one of the recent ones where they just tried to fly a rocket fueled by gummy bears and poop. Not at the same time, but they did fly rockets fueled off of both of those. I personally thought, judging by the exhausts, that perhaps they didn't have enough oxidizer because there was a lot of carbon in the exhaust, but I would presume that the people that do these fuel mixture things would at least know enough chemistry to fix that. I don't know. I came home like last Saturday and Sky was watching it. I was like, yeah, you go girl. You go girl. Okay, Jebediah Kerman got 5 experience because he has been to another planet and returned home. Okay, well, this is going to be a very fast... this is going to be a very fast tech tree. I wonder if I can do it. Let's miniaturization. Sure, I'll take that. Okay. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to try building a plane, right? So that's what I want to do. So let's just finish this out. I'm going to unlock all of these here. If you're making a poo rocket, there's going to be a certain amount of particulate matter in the exhaust. Yes, but the trick is to burn it up. There's a lot of particulate matter in the space shuttle booster exhausts. Okay. KSP speedrun. Okay, I'm going to quit to the main menu. I'm going to try flying a sandbox thingy. Resume saved. Ocean shader. Draw atmosphere on top of Eve's clouds. Okay. Eclipses. God rays. Ooh, fancy. Collision Beast. Oh, that's the Project Beast, yes. Let's just load this one. Whatever, I don't care. I don't think a surfboard will fly particularly well in this atmosphere. No, you're not going to be able to use intakes at all because there's no combustible atmosphere on this planet. I don't think so. Actually, I should try it. Maybe we should try it just to see. This is hardly games played quick because guess what? Space trucks. Wait a second. Why don't I have... That's interesting. Escape plane. What's this one? Oh yeah, that's this one. I'll try this. I don't think those engines will work. Yeah, the wingsuit is very hard to land, but I was able to land successfully on Eve because the atmosphere was so much thicker, even in the higher gravity. Well, I don't think intakes don't work if the atmosphere just simply isn't combustible. Yeah, you see, the engines won't run because there's no oxygen, right? So I gotta revert to the spaceplane hangar. Hey, Smudge the Cat. Great, Smudge the Cat is starting a degree in aerospace, so thanks for the inspiration. You know what? You should thank the Kerbal Space Program developers, but also thank your own ingenuity and all that, right? Because it's you that's doing this, which is important to realize, to appreciate. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, never mind. Let's start a new one. How should we build a space plane that will actually fly? Let's try this. Let's put a... Okay, that's not going to work. I'm trying to select it, and it's not working. Let's exit. They had a version of the Mars plane on the floppy disk version of X-Plane. That is a long time ago. Okay, so Spurious ECG may be becoming an actual pilot in the future. No, apparently my controls are all locked. Okay, game is bust. Let's try Escape Plane Rocky. What's this one? That's... Oh, yes! That one has a rocket on the back. That was just the most ridiculous concept. Explain Mallard STL. What's this one? If I look in the back here, is there like an engine in? Yeah, we could put a big engine in there. That's what I'm going to do. Since we can't seem to build anything new, I'm going to open this and we're going to attach like rocket mode. Oh, no, apparently none of these buttons are working. None of these buttons work. Ah! Ah! You have failed me for the last time. What does Space Truck do? That's there. Oh, look, we can drive this around on Duna. I don't think it's going to fly anymore. Nothing is working. But hey, maybe we can like get some real speed on this thing. No, if I have to restart, then I have a better plan. Okay, look, we're going to drive. I have another thing that I can do. I wonder if light... Oh, yes! Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, is Iran... What, are they going to launch it? What way do they launch it? Here's the thing with Iran. They can't launch any rockets without launching it over some neighbor who is going to complain. So what way do they do it? That's what I'm curious about. At least Israel make a point of launching like over the I did it again. It's too dark. You know what? We'll revert to launch and then I'll run it until the next day. Let's run the timer. Space truck, not space food truck. As much fun as that is, it's not what we're dealing with here. Okay, come on. Come on, let's actually get some speed up here. Oh, he's turning that way. No, no, no. I want you to go straight. Thank you. Why does this want to turn when I'm accelerating forwards? Possibly because I have the wrong kind of tires, maybe? I don't know. Definitely wanting to turn here. It's definitely got low gravity problems. This does not have the new traction control, which is a feature in 1.1. Oh, gotta make sure that I don't roll over here. Oh, let's drive. There we go. So if you turn, you gotta make sure you roll as well. Oh! Oh, I was about to say, it hasn't exploded! Well, so much for that. Okay, you know, I actually have another thing that I want to show you guys. It's not really, in its current status, it's not really a game. It is a demo for something that is being worked on, and now I gotta remember what it is. I have... Oh, I know what it is. Pardon me. I know where it is. It's all apps. It's under... Go for launch. We are go for launch. I'm gonna do this in window mode or whatever. So this is... It's a Kickstarter right now, and if anybody remembers, you know, AOK, Wings of Mercury, this is just like it's a VR version which is being produced or whatever that gives you the experience of flying the Mercury Redstone. So it's a bit like Orbiter, but a bit more lightweight. So I'm going to press return to begin, and there we go. It's beginning. So I could just turn the sound way up here. Now, obviously, this isn't Mercury. This is one of the first piloted ones, right? So it's not Mercury 1. Mercury Redstone 1, that was kind of funny. You've been seeing it on a space... Is there such a thing as a space hispsters? Hispsters? What's a hispster? Creeperface123 says he's been seeing it on space hispsters. There we go. Where's the sound? I gotta listen to it. Oh yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah, there's no The controls are nice and detailed, but none of them actually work right now. We have countdown. We have music. We have a little window there. And there's the your climate controls here. I knew all these controls from flying Wings of Mercury. This is my comms. My bus. Like some more climate controls. Attitude. Timer. And this should be like a display. Yes, hipsters with lisp. That's what hipsters are. All my breakers. These are some of the important controls, like for the snorkel and things like that. Whoa! There we go! Altitude is happening. So yeah, they're doing like a Kickstarter for this, so we can watch the whole flight and we can talk about Mercury, Redstone or whatever. I mean, so this is the early ones, right? So Mercury, Redstone were the first generation of manned missions that the Americans did, right? Redstone rockets, they were basically theater ballistic missiles. They could lob a nuclear warhead from Europe into Europe, and they were used to lob a crew capsule from Florida into the Atlantic Ocean, right? And the first few ones, they were on suborbitals. Oh, goggles. Where are my goggles? I think Sky's been playing with my goggles. I'm sorry. I have no goggles. Ah, the goggles, they do nothing! There we go. Look, we're going up. Could use a bit of work on the external view. Cabin pressure is holding. 5.5. Listen to that dramatic music. Mercury had a snorkel that was opened once they were descending to equalize pressure with the atmosphere. Because it would have to open the door hatch outward, so you need to let air in. That's why you would have a snorkel. And I believe, where is that here? It's somewhere here. Oh, these are the pinch yaw roll controls. Capsule set, main deploy, reserve deploy. I don't know. It's in here somewhere, I thought. There, pull snorkel only below 20,000 feet, so that's it right there. Yes! I'm okay! Yeah, this is supposed the VR version of this came out a little early. You can download this from their site. Let me see if I can find their site just for reference. So, go for launch. Oh, here we go. Go for launch. Mercury Kickstarter. I wonder how well it's doing. Here's where we find out that it's failing terribly. Yeah, it's not doing too well, but you know, I pledged a bit of money for it. That it's not looking too hopeful, but hey, you know, I like supporting these things. Man, look at that. Clay is just all about super hot. You know what, Clay? Seriously, I don't think I'm gonna have time to play super hot. I've got a long day. I got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, so, you know, for Orbiter there are a bunch of classic spacecraft available, but their implementation of the Mercury missions is lousy. I think it's still like a Orbiter I think it's still stuck in like Orbiter 20, 2006, so it's like a decade old. I would totally become an astronaut if there was a way it would work, but it's kind of late for me now. Where? Okeechobee? Oh, you can see all sorts of things. Yeah, Clay22 is declaring that he is addicted to Super Hot, which is not that rare right now. Yeah, Orbiter does great with if people really keep their like Orbiter has some fantastic mods. It just doesn't have a decent Mercury Redstone or Mercury Atlas at this point. Yeah, 18,000 people applied, but there's far fewer flight options than there have been in a long time. Oh, does Orbiter have a version that lets you launch a Delta Wing X-15 from an XB-70? That sounds fun. Ooh, I like the sounds. That's pretty awesome. So those are my retro rockets. The Mercury had 3 retro rockets. They didn't need them for the suborbital mission, but they were still testing them. And the retros would fire for 5 seconds each. So they would fire, oh sorry, for 15 seconds, and they would. I don't remember. They fired for a few seconds, and they would stagger the launches, basically the firing to keep them, running roughly correctly, or whatever, to reduce the forces and keep everything under control. That's cool. We're now 6 minutes into this mission and already starting to come home. Ever think about going on the Spaceship 1? Well, or Spaceship 2. Yes, but it's hundreds of thousands of dollars and I don't have that kind of money sitting around.
Roger, do not have a light.
Uh-oh, we don't have a light.
I do not have a light. I see the straps falling away. I heard a noise. I will use override. Override used. The light is green.
Okay, we overrode something there.
Oh, Roger.
Notice our descent speed is now positive. They fired for 10 seconds and they staggered the firing by 5 seconds, right? Uh-oh. We're starting to move. Somewhere.
Okay, Buster, re-entry attitude.
I'm busting out the re-entry attitude here.
The SCS is okay.
Automatic control system operating properly.
Excellent. Yeah, this is not. I think this panel is supposed to be color coded. At least the Mercury panels I've all seen in museum exhibits have been color coded by region. So I don't think this is the actual. Well, this might be the actual panel. I don't know.
Clear HFT coming.
I do like this. I think this would actually work really well as like an on rails simulation to run on the phone or something. If you're doing it with a cardboard.
We have a registration in the control center indicating 0.05 of a G, indicating the beginning of penetration.
Okay.
Just hold on a second. I'm gonna kill Kerbal Space Program and restart it while I do this. Uh-oh, we're shaking. We're shaking. 9G. Oh, and we get re-entry.
Okay.
Okay. It's like the pilot would just call out like okay every few seconds to let people know that he hadn't died.
Okay. This is 7. Okay. $45,000 feet now.
Oh, excellent! He's coming home. And that's the end of the simulation.
Back on ASCS.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that there's no decent Mercury sim. I thought this might be a fun thing, and you know, I always like to support little developers, even you know, even if they're not producing world-class software. I think that it's important to support developers because I'm just that kind of nice person, right? It's always nice at GDC when you get shown a game and you don't have to lie to the developer about, you know, its chances. Sometimes I'm like, it's okay. It could be better. And I'm like, this is terrible. Oh, it's really good to be presented with a new piece of software and not have to lie. And so far, that is very true this time around. Okay, let's see if we can build that aircraft, because I really want to fly that aircraft. So Smudge the Cat, the demo that they have does not have much controlling. I mean, basically the Kickstarter is for the developer to hook up all the buttons and add all the logic on the back end. KSP worked exceptional. It worked just fine on the consoles. The user interface has been really optimized. The controls have been, you know, inherited a lot of new features. Performance is on par with a laptop. So, you know, the main thing you're going to be finding is that very big space. Anything over, I don't know. I saw slowdowns with things that had like 60 parts. So, yeah, you're not going to get. You're not. I don't know if you're going to be building ginormous things. Let's try this again. I'm going to try and build an aircraft that flies on Duna, that can lift off from Duna. That's the important thing. Have I ever played the Stanley Parable? Yes. I forget the name of the guy, but yes, the Stanley Parable. Our protagonist was wondering what his situation was in the world. Something like that, right? Okay, Mark II cockpit. Actually, you know what? Let's do a Mark I cockpit. Mark I. Yeah, there's all sorts of GDC parties I could be going to tonight, but I needed to come home to, you know, basically take kids home and things like that. Liquid fuel. Oh, that's that one. There we go. Do that one. Da, da. And my ear is itchy. I've not played every game that's ever existed. I've not played League of Legends or Dota. I haven't played Street Fighter 5, but I'm sure I could enjoy it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the nuke engine option here. That's my cunning plan, because that's the only way I'm going to get decent, you know, fuel usage here. And I'm going to make this longer. Actually, you know what? I think that should be enough fuel. Now I need to figure out how to put decent wings on this. And we should go with the biggest wing that I can. Yes. Nice. It's going to be like literally a flying wing. No. No, no, no. The next trick is a tailplane of sorts. Airplane tail fin. That's maybe a bit bigger than I need. That might not work. Let's see what it says for center of mass versus center of lift. Okay, so I need to move something backwards here. Definitely. You are sliding. Yes, that's more like it. Center of lift behind the center of mass. Okay, now we need the same thing sticking up here. For stability. That might be too big. I'm going to say that that is actually too big. Also, I'm going to put some extra flaps on here. Are there big airplane flaps? Yeah, that'll work. Oh, that will definitely work. Yeah, that'll totally work. Okay. Yeah, I just don't have the time to play all these MOBAs. I'm not a great gamer. I'm certainly not super competitive, so... Okay, let's try that. So I'm moving my tailplane way the heck back there. And now we need to figure out where our undercarriage goes. kind of undercarriage can I get away with? That and 2 of these, so we're going to pick that up and adjust them. So rotate to the vertical and then displace in the horizontal. Okay, how's that looking? We're just slightly close to the center of mass here, so I think I'm going to try and grab it and move it further back. There. How awful could that be? I guess we'll find out. Mars plane. Astronautistic has some armor there. That looks like a module armor from EVE Online or something. No, maybe not. If you MOBAs are not worth whatever. If you're enjoying one of those games, you are playing them wrong. Wow, you are such a... I have to say, you sound rather cynical. Okay, let's see if this thing will fly. Oh, actually, we're picking up speed a lot faster this time. Come on, get off the pad. Yes! Excellent. We have a plane on Mars. Duna. Now let's see if I can fly it. Oh, wow, look. Oh, wow, this thing turned really harsh. Whoa! Okay, well that's fine. We're actually flying upwards here and maintaining altitude, so that's good. That is a really good sign. Now, I think I'm headed the wrong direction. Maybe I'll head north. Yeah, I'm gonna head north. Whoa! Let's see how hard this thing turns. Ready? Do you think I can do that? Am I stalled? Am I dooming myself? Oh, I'm gonna get back in control here. There, look at that. Do not try this at home. This is not the best way to fly to Mars. Yeah, Duna is gonna have some serious problems. It's gonna be have some serious problems like flying any distance around Duna. Yeah, actually, that thrust to weight ratio is pretty good. I'm gonna throttle back though, because this is a thrust to weight ratio, obviously on a planet that I'm not a great. No, this is not using FAR either. This is just using stock atmospheres. The last time I did a real plane on Duna, I was definitely using FAR, so it's not that crazy. Okay. And the good news, the good news is that my atmospheric delta V isn't that much worse than my vacuum delta V. Yeah, you just need tons of wing surfaces here and a lot of you know, carefulness. I'm just wondering, have I... Yeah, I know, we're getting the electric charge back. Wow, there's a whole discussion going on in the chat channel about the nature of MOBA gameplay mechanics. They are inherently conducive to a toxic player community. I think there's a lot of game mechanics that are in many games that are conducive to toxic player communities. Okay. Yeah, I just don't have the time to put in to seriously, you know, play these kind of things. I have no idea why anyone would want to watch me playing any of these things, because there's so many vastly better players. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna fly into this, you know, region here and see how far I get. It's really hard to tell because it's so damn shiny. Do Do you think I need radiators? I don't think I'm going to need radiators because I'm running the engine at lower power, and on top of that, we're flying through the atmosphere, so we're probably going to be fine. I mean, I could get this thing into orbit for sure. Yeah, this would be a single stage to orbit on Duna. That's also a fun thing to realize. Oh, this plane can totally go into orbit. Tal biohazard. What is Tal biohazard a reference to? Okay, I'm gonna try turning this way. It looks actually like the altitude is getting higher here. That's one of the things about Mars that people... Oh, okay. It's one of the things about Mars that people don't realize is that most of the space missions we've done have been to the northern hemisphere, because the northern hemisphere is systematically lower than the southern hemisphere. There, I made my aircraft more stable, so I'm going to try turning again. See how I almost lost it? I could put on a bigger fuel tank and make this a single stage to Ike for sure. I think I actually want to get lower towards the surface and see what it's like. So we're pretty high up. I'm going to try flying down here. I'm picking up some real speed here. I should just throttle down. There's like no atmosphere to slow me down. There we go. Like speed is like 240. That's pretty crazy. How confident are you in mankind getting to Mars in 2025? I have zero confidence that man will set foot on Mars by that time, because that would be... happen. Bun Rocky is asking what I mean by the north of Mars being lower than the south. The average radius of the planet is lower in the north of Mars than it is in the south. So you can only really land a lot of these spacecraft in the... like, where the air is thickest. So that's why most missions have gone to the thicker atmosphere in the north, right? I mean, it's a real thing, and a lot of people have ideas for why that's the case. And there's a lot of really good theories as to why that might be the case. Yeah, Mars 1, yeah, people are still talking about Mars 1. Yeah, that's not going to happen. There's my shadow there as well. Pull out of this dive now. 600 meters. I think this is a decent aircraft, actually. Definitely need to pull out of this. For some reason, the shadow is not being calculated in the same way. I must have some setting that I've missed here. How confident? Yeah, I'm not even sure that 1,000 years is enough to get to another star system. I know. I'm so pessimistic, right? That is, yeah. Here we go. I wish that would be fixed, right? This transition from the blobby shadow to the angular shadow. That would be nice. Okay, let's flatten this out again. 300 meters up. Yeah, I still have 5 minutes of flight time, at least 5 minutes of flight time, more like 15 minutes of flight time, and I'm traveling at 240 meters per second. This is like super good. So actually, let's just open this up and see how fast I can go. I'm just gonna point it and see if it gets to space here. So you'll notice my acceleration is only about half a G here, because the atmospheric drag is really the thing that's slowing me down here. Dark matter and all that. It's not dark matter we need, it's exotic matter. We need to somehow have matter that gives us negative mass. And, yeah, we don't actually know how to do that. Do I listen to... Yeah, I listen to ebooks at work. I've been listening to the Humble Bundle Lord of the Rings stuff. There's a whole selection of Tolkien books on Humble Bundle, which is great because I can re-listen to these fantastic books. I think that honestly we should go back to the moon, and then we should try going to asteroids, and then we should try going to Mars. In that order. I'm very, realistic. Antimatter is a potentially an interesting way of storing energy in a compact form for a long space mission, but you shouldn't think of antimatter as a source of power, more as a way of storing power that you have somehow generated elsewhere. What do I think of ExoMars? I am hoping that it does great. That's all I would say. Okay, Scott, can you say? What are you talking about? Okay. Apple, yeah, this is totally going into orbit here, and then we can come back down and try gliding. Why not? Apple Apps is getting higher. I should just flatten this thing out and let it float up there. Can I say hi to my cat fans in Canada? Hello, fans in Canada! Both of you. Just kidding, I'm sure there's more than 2 cat fans in Canada. 3! Oh, yes. I'm getting my speed up. The universe works in quantifiable amounts. You can't always divide something by 2. Yes, that's a very... well, it's a very lucid observation. I'm not sure what it means about negative matter. There we go. So now that we're running the engine at 100%, that is when the thing started overheating. But we'll let it cool down and then we should be fine, because we should be able to get this thing into orbit. So I'm just going to tell it to hold prograde. That's pretty cool. I gotta say, I might have to try flying one of these, try landing one of these on Duna. Actually, I think, now I think about it, that... No, I don't want radiators! Radiators just add mass. Why would I want radiators? You guys and your obsessive radiator things. Hi, fans in the UK! Hey, are you fans of the UC? We have 200 viewers. Yes, this is nothing. There are so many Twitch channels that do way better than me. I was watching, Das, and his Kerbal stuff is, really professional. He clearly actually spends time and effort on his streams. Unlike me, who is just like, I don't know, I just do this for fun. I mean, obviously my YouTube is a little more professional than my Twitch, but I just don't have the time to do anything with anywhere near the quality that I'm seeing from some of these other channels. Okay, now we're going to try see if I can glide this in without burning fuel, right? That is my plan. So I'm going to do stability assist like this, and we're going to glide. And hopefully it will stop, it'll arrest the vertical speed by angling it like that. Yes. Maybe say hi to your Russian fans. Hi, Russian fans. I'm drinking a cup of tea because I've been feeling a little sick. And we have a daughter walking around up there when she shouldn't be, I think. Or maybe it's a wife. It's probably a daughter. Ah, dear. Yeah, Das is streaming. Yeah, I mean, you can always check him out. I mean, he's, he doesn't have, he doesn't have my good looks, obviously, or my degrees in physics and things like that. But he does have a very professional approach to Kerbal Space Program, and probably puts together a much more coherent set of videos and all that. Whereas me, I tend to just ramble on about things like that. Yeah. Just flattening this out here. I have no idea how well this is going to work, but I do think I'm just appreciating how nice this is looking. I don't think Das stole my goggles, mainly because he hasn't been here. The last time I saw him here was for TwitchCon. Okay, so vertical speed is still increasing, but... Oh, actually, vertical speed is starting to decrease. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. That means that my angle of attack should start to decrease as well. I just hope that I don't become unstable. Am I in the basement? Yes, I am. And we have to be... Oh, I'm just flattening this thing out a little. Hold still. I'm just wondering if I can actually bring it out of this dive. Yeah, well, I think my videos have a lot of things, but I'll also point out that a lot of my videos are out of date, and there's a ton of other great Kerbal Space Program players out there. I mean, the guy that I really like is, what's his face? Jotwa. Yeah, he's just hilarious. Like, mostly because when he does something, he has a laugh that makes everybody enjoy it. Okay. Yeah, this is totally gliding. This is great. I wonder how this thing glides excellently. I'm gonna actually just go into the dive and get closer to the surface and then see if I can pull out of the dive. So we're gonna go closer down and then hopefully survive. I might need to fire the engine just to replenish electric charge. Could I recommend a book? Oh, I don't actually have any good books that I know about, because most of my books are like British editions and are kind of old. I will point out there's a great book on the NASA website that is a history of spacesuits, and it starts out with, you know, pressure suits for flying at altitude and then partial pressure suits and things like that. It was great. G suits was another thing they covered. But I don't know what the kind of the best spaceflight history stuff is. I mean, obviously everyone... Oh, man, I'm trying to think who... Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any... Have I read Ringworld? Yeah, I read Ringworld ages ago. Have I ever done stargazing? I posted videos to my channel explaining how to take pictures of stars using cameras. So yes, I've done stargazing. There is also that whole problem of having a degree in astronomy, right? How hard it would be to push that up as payload from Kerbin. Yeah, it would be interesting. I think you would have to have a puller rocket because of these giant wings. I'm wondering if this thing... Yeah, this thing is going to be landing in the dark. Oh boy. Lights. That's why. Yeah, we have lights. We'll have be able to have lights on this thing here. Oh, packing from Mars. Yeah, that's probably a good one. Whoa! Okay, we've lost something here. Okay, let's do this and see if we can get control back. Hey, I think we're almost getting control back. Okay, time to fire that engine. Fire the engine. Yeah, so that totally slowed me down there. That was probably like transonic. As soon as I went transonic, something weird happened. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try turning this aircraft around before we head into the night, because that would be ideal if we didn't actually have to go to the night side here. Come on. Yeah, I use Orion telescopes mostly because they're a little more local than Celestron. They both actually sourced their telescope hardware from Cinta the last time I looked, but yeah, I guess I like the Orion stuff. I think it's slightly cheaper than Celestron. I don't know. That's entirely my perception. Both of them get their telescopes, their optics from China, so yeah. Meade is another one that's pretty well known in the Bay, you know, in California and stuff like that. Cool. Yeah, the trick to tell that it's a decent scope is the type of eyepieces. The Plossl eyepieces, which come with better scopes, are generally an indication that you've got a decent scope. If you have Kellner eyepieces, then it's a cheaper scope. So there, that's the magic bit of knowledge that you need to know if you're actually trying to buy a telescope. If you're going to be taking pictures, then you need a really big telescope mount, because little telescope mounts just can't handle it. Have I ever had to send my kids' homework back to the teacher with corrections? No, I wouldn't do that. I did, however, remember finding a sign at the school where they had spelled the word lose, they'd spelled it with two O's, Loose, and I felt compelled to correct that. So it was a spelling mistake. And actually, when I did geology at O levels or O grades in Scotland, I remember having a test in the class, and I got every question right except for one. And the question was, what is the most common element in the solar system? And I said, hydrogen, and they said, no, it's oxygen. And I was like, no, that's the most common element on Earth. You said solar system. And they were like, we can't give anyone 100%. It's not fair to the other people. And I was like, what? What? Are you kidding me? Still, I won the prize that year, so whatever. Okay, I gotta pull out of this dive. We're down to 3 kilometers. Yeah, look, we're doing pretty well here. We're heading back towards where the sun is. And vertical speed is flattening out. Yeah, this is a pretty good... This works pretty well as a plane, I have to say. We can travel anywhere on Duna with it. Yeah, we've transferred all the fuel forwards. So now the real question is... Oh, wow, look at that. Do you think I can land this? Do you think it's possible to land this here? So here's the thing I'm noticing is the altitude above sea level is 6 kilometers. The true altitude is only 3, so we're 3 kilometers up already, which does not bode well for my comment about landing at higher pressure. Thanks for Silent Searchlight is correcting my pronunciation of Plusi? I don't know. Yeah, it's got an accent on it, and I'm British, and therefore do not know how to pronounce these things. It's one of these things that I only ever saw written down. But I know how to pronounce Kellner, right? We need to lose the weight holding us down to the moon. but with that is just dropping umlauts and everything. I'm almost certainly going to be watching next year's solar eclipse, and next month I'm hoping to pay a visit to Meteor Crater, and I will get pictures of the fantastic Meteor Crater type thing, you know, Meteor Crater in Arizona. You know what, I'm not going to be able to chase that sun. Actually, I am chasing that sun, technically. You know what? I really want more light, but I think I'm just going to have to go for the landing here. Like, I'm just going to imagine that I can try and land here, right? Yeah, Cloudy Nights. Yes, you should totally... Cloudy Nights is the one. I wrote a review for Cloudy Nights, and I won a pair of eyepieces. Look, I can actually show you what I reviewed because it's right here. Hold on. This is going to be hard. Oh, crikey. Yes, I haven't used this in a while. Ooh, it's got a lot of dust on it. Oh my god, okay. So, this terribly dusty telescope was one that I bought off of eBay for like $100. No, sorry, it was 150, right? So I'm just watching my altitude here. It is a like 5. What is it? It's oh yeah, it's 130 millimeter Mac Cassegrain. That means that it has lenses and it has mirrors, right? So it's a combination telescope, right? It's very short, but its effective focal length is 2 meters. And that means it's really good for high magnification. I went and retrofitted a completely different focuser assembly using a bunch of plumbing fittings. I have a 2-inch prism on there. So yeah, that ended up, I documented that and I took some pictures and it was fantastic. I'm going to put that back for now. Oh, crikey. Yeah, it hasn't seen much use lately. No, I can't put the mic closer, and I'm actually going to have to... I'm probably going to start sneezing very soon. Okay, so we're still maintaining speed. We're just gliding down here. This is really nice, but I do not know where I'm going to land. Ah, wow, it's so hard. If I put the landing gear down... wow, the shading is going to be really, really hard. Man, this does look pretty cool, huh? I would recommend getting a DSLR. Don't bother... I would get that, right? So that's basically a camera like a Nikon, and, you know, attach that using a T adapter. That's what I would do. Okay. This looks really nice, I have to say. But I'm gonna crash into the ground soon. Okay, let's put the landing gear down. What are the odds I can find a spot for this thing? I am not hopeful, to be honest. I'm diving down a little because I'm gonna have to flare quite a bit. And I cannot find anything that looks like a flat surface here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be losing wings here. So we now have lights. Okay. So we're now 100 meters up. Actually, that looks like it could be a good place to land if I can get down quickly enough. Oh, and 20, 30. Because what'll happen is I'm going to start going uphill. Oh! Here we go. Fire the engines to slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, oh wait. Orbit, surface. Okay. Well, that almost worked. I noticed that I was in orbit speed at the last minute. That was my problem. Well, let's just let that fall to the surface. Oh, this is Sisa Kerman. Hey, yes. Well, you know what they say. Any landing you can walk away from is a good one. And yeah, any stream that I can leave at the last minute is probably a good stream. I think it's time for me to go because I do have a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Thanks for turning up. I will post this, and yeah, you guys have an awesome night. Fly safe. As soon as I can find the standby.